Hey, how's it going? This is Rob from Justin's Toys, and today I am going to teach you how to make a all-around triple. Basically, I've seen a video on a triple single. I didn't like how it looked because I would rather have it triple all the way around, which is why I'm teaching you guys today how to make this bracelet. Okay, now the easiest way to do this is to take two looms and combine them. So from front to back, you're going to connect the ends of this loom with this. So let's just go ahead and remove the bases. And you want to connect them with the big base because that's going to make it the most secure. If you use a single one, it'll probably fall apart. So I'm going to connect them with the big base. Alright. Make sure all of the pegs are facing the same way, all the arrows are pointing the same way. And then what I do to make it easier later on for patterns is I actually perfectly align them so that the whole entire loom is straight. That way later on you're not going to confuse that one peg in the middle that's higher or lower than the other pegs. So as you can see, it's perfectly aligned. Now I connect them with the big one, and then I'll just secure them even more with the additional small pegs that I have. Alright, now my setup is complete, as you can see. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure the arrow is pointing away from you, and starting from the bottom up, we are going to start placing our pattern. Now there's many different designs you can come up with. Like this one has just this row completely black, the middle row completely white, the right row completely black, and then alternating black and white rubber bands on top. And this one is a diagonal. So as you can see, this was just a rainbow colored diagonal all the way to the top. You can mix and match and do whatever creations and patterns that you want. For the time being, I'm going to do a V, an upside down V with black, white, and gray. Alright, so what you want to do is you're going to start placing your rubber bands on the bottom. But the thing is, you can't skip any of the pegs. You can't put a rubber band over here and fill in the gaps. And the reason why you do that is because each rubber band in the front is going to be responsible for holding the rubber band in the back. So you want to make sure that you're always going consecutively from one end to the other. Alright, so you get what I'm doing here. It's just a little arrow pattern, and mine is going to be gray, black, and white. Oh, dark. So you're basically going to do this all the way down to the end of your loom. Alright, so I'm actually going to end it here because as you can see, this is black, this is black, this is gray. And on this other end, I want it to connect over here to the black and the two whites. Alright, now that this setup is complete, we're going to choose a color for the outside lines. As you can see, when you look inside, there's white in the inside that's holding this rainbow bracelet together. This is what we're choosing right now. So I'm just going to pick turquoise, and then what you want to do is put them all down the line like so. Alright, now my whole setup is complete. Okay, now pay attention. This is the most important step. Once you're done, you're going to turn the whole entire loom so now the arrow is pointing you. Alright, that's a crucial step. If you don't remember that, then your whole bracelet's not going to be held together. Alright. Now, a tip for everyone is what I do is I take this pick and I actually push down only the front of each row of rubber bands. Because what that's going to do later on is that's going to make everything easier for you to grab and minimize the chances of you messing up. Alright. Now what you're going to do is, as you can see here, there's a blue rubber band. You want to go in front of the blue with the pick. Grab the bottom or the back of that front rubber band and bring it up. This first one is going to seem a lot looser than all the other ones, especially the middle, but don't be worried. You're going to think you messed up, but you really didn't. Alright, it almost seems like it's completely loose, but it's right. So again, you're going in front of all the blues and grabbing the bottom. Then you're going to go to the next row, go in front of all of the rubber bands and grab the bottom rubber band that you push down and bring up to the top. Okay, so in front of all the rubber bands except that last one, which is why we pushed everything down, because it made everything easier, and you're bringing it up to the top. Alright, and we're just going to do this whole thing all the way down the line. Okay, now I'm done with my whole entire loom from front to back. As you can see, if you did it right, you're going to see teardrop shapes all the way from the front to the end of the loom. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to clip this end. Okay, as you can see, there's 3 rubber bands here on each of these last pegs. You're gonna clip all 3 of them, and in this situation we're actually going to use 3 clips. Right, so the easiest way to clip these is you get your pick. On the side of one of them, you just bring that over to the side and then pull up. Alright, that's going to be the easiest way. Make sure you have all 3 rubber bands, because if you only grab 2 of them or one of them, that's not going to hold it together. Then the other side, use your other hand, put the pick through the hole, bring it to the side, and then bring it up. This is the hardest part. I mean, I taught a bunch of kids how to do this, but clipping is definitely very difficult in this bracelet. Now the last one, the middle one, I put it through the middle hole and I bring it up enough where I have space to grab them. And once I have enough space, I take the clip and then clip it. Again, make sure you zoom in and you have all 3 clips. I mean all 3 rubber bands, and all 3 rows are clipped. So after inspecting mine, you can see every single clip has all 3 rubber bands. Now that it's clipped, you can actually start to pull your bracelet off. So this end right here, this single one, you just pull off and you gently pull the middle of the sides of the rubber bands. And then I usually go like 5 in and then pull the middle hard. Alright, and that seems to be the most effective way of pulling it off. Now, the problem is, if you ever make a mistake, it's easier to do this whole entire bracelet over again from the beginning, because it's really difficult to work backwards, which is why it's important to follow those tips that I gave you as far as pushing things down, not to confuse the order. And if everything's correct, your bracelet should be fully intact. Alright, so this last part, you can actually just pull it off, because since we clipped it, the clips are holding this whole bracelet together. Now you have to clip it on the other end, and you see how this clip, it's basically 3 regular bracelets broken down and held together with these blue rubber bands. You have to identify the end of the first bracelet and clip it on to the other end of the first bracelet. So this first bracelet, as you can see, these 2 black ones are the end of the first bracelet. So I'm actually going to clip these 2 blacks onto this end of the clip. Alright. It's easier for me because I have a long nail, and I do it because I have a toy store and I gift wrap, and tape gets annoying after a while. Alright, so this middle bracelet you see here, these 2 grays are the end of this middle bracelet, so I'm grabbing those 2 grays and I'm clipping it onto this. Alright, I got both of them. And then now these two last blacks, I am going to be clipping that onto this last clip. Alright, and then you pull it, and you'll see if you did it right, everything is held together. There should be one odd blue one left. I just rip it off, and even this one, this whole bracelet is held together by these three single ends, the ones that we clip towards the end. So even this one, if it doesn't look right, any of the blues you can rip off for the most part that are near the end, and your bracelet will still look nice. Alright, so that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment, share, let me know if there's any other videos you want me to make, because we've been busy over here creating different bracelets. There you go, and there's that V shape.